We're live from the RocketBot studio. Today we're going to present our newest addition to the RocketBot platform, ABS, AB Absolute Token. And today we also have Don Julio with our RocketBot promoter. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great,
A-
DF. Thanks for having
And we
me.
got Myles. Hey, Myles with Project Absolute.
Hi guys, great to be here.
Great. So today we're basically going to discuss or present to RocketBot community the RocketBot new edition ABS token. ABS token has been placed on RocketBot platform as a method for RocketBot to distribute the ABS token. RocketBot's and merge project's intention sent ABS token to not are not doing any financial foundations token that we add to the RocketBot, but sending what tokens adding to the RocketBot platform. And now how we're gonna format this. Don Julio, our promoter for the RocketBot, basically talking with Myles with Absolute Chain, the Absolute Token project, and we'll go from there. So Don, take us away. Let us see what Myles and you can dig up on what exactly the Absolute chain does for the community.
Uh, okay, great. Thanks, DF. So first of all, let's start with Absolute. Once we started, we've added a giveaway out there to help bring community awareness to the token. And Miles has done a few airdrops. Those have gone very successful. They've cleared right out. So we've got ABS into the community's hands through using RocketBot, the tipping feature and the giveaway feature, which very nice. It's one of the things that has led me to using them almost exclusively, and it's worked out really well. And with that being said, Miles, you've presented me with several pieces of functionality that ABS has to offer for the community. One of those was to be able to create your own designs in a 2D and 3D model platform. Could you tell me a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, sure, Don. So basically, it's you can create your own 3D and 2D designs on our own Absolute platform. These are designs which have large parameter sets in them, which means you can make basically your own designs, which are totally unique to you, for real world applications, and then obviously either have them as a virtual model yourself or as a model which you can then have manufactured and then have in the real world.
Oh wow, manufactured like in 3D printing and other like logos and things of that nature, correct?
That's right, yeah. So anything you can think of which you'd want to personalize yourself and then allow you to then display or for a practical use in a from a 3D printer or some other manufacturing process where we can then generate the 3D model and then send it to like a fabricator, for instance, to then help
Okay.
them. It's a really great platform which will allow you to then develop your own designs, basically.
Yes. And you mentioned to me in talking that there are thousands of these pre-made or pre-existing 2D models and 3D models. That's quite a few, and sounds very useful.
Yeah, if not millions of designs. Yeah, so there's many different variations that you can create, and these variations are driven from the design base that we release on a quarterly basis from ideas in the community. So if there's a particular people are interested in, and we can see merit in doing that, then we will then develop the designs and then release them on the platform for people to then use.
Okay, that's great. So that you're allowed to catch a little bit of trends and whatnot with since you're going back to the community for that feedback. I like that. Very good. So you talk about uniqueness. How do I know that? How do I solidify that term using your platform?
Okay, so every time that you make a design, you have the option to have it logged on the blockchain. Okay, so if it's a particular design that you're interested in, you want to make sure it's unique, and it's important that it stays unique for you, then we can log that on the Absolute chain. That's the main use case that we bring in for the Absolute chain, to log that. And that means that you can make a very large number of design sets with lots of people interacting with them, but we have an independent chain which then logs that system, which is obviously separate from and mine separate from Absolute development.
Oh, okay. That's great, great, great. So you also have governance here and the ability to make baby ABS, so to speak. Tell us about that, would you?
Okay, so basically, yeah, we have a governance system that is run from masternodes. So if you have 2,500 ABS, you can then vote in this system on a regular basis on either the budget or how we either change the blockchain. To say everything is done through governance and the community drives it rather than the development team here. So we'll use that to give people a voice and in an independent system. So if you do have a masternode, you can use it to generate either funding for yourself or for funding for certain products on the configurator platform.
Oh, wow, that's great. Self-generating functionality. I love it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I saved the best for last. Your one protocol. This is intriguing to me. The whole concept it's great. It's you take 10% of your organization's profits and then you buy back coin. And what do you do that? What's the deal with that?
Okay, so there's a few things here. So the first point is that we want to reward investors that have Absolute, and in a transparent manner. It's very obvious how the company is doing, because obviously we will be buying at market price Absolute and then destroying it, and then at set periods in the blockchain development, we then hard code those those ABS to be destroyed. So it gives us it gives us transparency. It rewards investors. Obviously, we want to end up with just one ABS. We know that's going to be quite difficult with supply and demand. Yeah,
right. It might take a while.
Yeah, indeed. So, but it's a fail safe as well. So it means that if we're doing well, it means that everyone is benefiting who's invested in the coin. And also it means that if you run a masternode, it's an additional income stream for you, because we are limiting supply based on how well we're doing.
Right. That's fantastic. And I mean, the other part of this, and I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but is showing the company's true performance. I mean, that is, for me, that's a huge thing in the world today, especially now. Yeah, companies are struggling with honesty, and it's a hot topic with people. So sharing that performance by giving them that 10% and buying that coin back, that's a big deal to me. And I really like that part of this program. Thank you for putting this together. That's I'm excited to see the full functionality of it.
Yeah, we're really excited to show it to people soon.
Yeah.
As I say, the platform's really coming together now, and that basically means that we can actually trial it to you guys and the community in the coming weeks, and then you can see for yourself what you can make. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
As are we. All right, DF. That's there's one more thing we did. Myles did put together an Easter egg, so to speak, in one of his designs. Why don't you give us a little bit of a heads up on that? I know it's already out there right now, but a bit of flavor to it so people know what they're looking for.
Yeah, sure. So basically, the very first concept design that we produced is a common one for Absolute, which is actually our coin. And what this means is that we can show you the model set, or at least some of the model sets that we're going to be able to use in the configurator platform coming in the next couple of weeks or months. And what we've done with this very first model is it's freely available now, and you can have a look at it. It has QR codes. linked on the actual model itself, which is linked to the absolute address, as well as inside the model there, or hidden in the model, shall I say, there is actually a private key.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like first grabs on whoever can find it can then have 4,200 ABS, which is at today's pricing about $40.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. This reminds me of the show. What's the Easter egg hunt at the end of Ready Player One, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that show. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
great.
where's Waldo?
Cool.
It's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah,
Waldo is
right.
the
Yeah, where's
Yeah.
private
he
key to the
at?
4,200 ABS token. So,
Yeah.
hey, Myles,
Right.
Don, it's always a pleasure to present another token that has joined the RocketBot Pro community, and it's going to be a pleasure watching RocketBot distribute ABS tokens. And I thank you very much, Myles, for adding or for deciding to use RocketBot on or use RocketBot as a distribution method on the Twitter platform.
Yeah, I mean the community's I love it as well. It's absolutely amazing. It is so useful to be able to transfer funds to people through social media. It's just especially in its use on Twitter, it's a fantastic product, and
Yeah.
I think myself and the rest of the community are looking forward to using it in the coming months and years.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Don. Thank you, Myles. And this is another RocketBot moment.